Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NIKAM Network Talk Show. I am Dr. NIKAM, your host. Here we focus in depth on one or two topics that are of interest to you. If you'd like to be a guest on our program, please contact us at 281-265-7567. If you want to advertise or promote your products and services on NIKAM Network Talk Show, please contact us at 281-265-7567. We are coming to you live on 10:50 a.m. KCHN, Houston, Texas. You also can listen to us on kchnradio.com. I am Dr. NIKAM, your host, and we will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. NIKAM. We are coming to you live on internet radio, and we are also coming to you live on YouTube and Google Hangout or Google Plus. We will tell you how you can reach these sites where you can actually see the interview or the talk show happening live on YouTube and Google Hangout. We are delighted if you are able to listen to us, and we are delighted if you are able to see us on YouTube. And pretty soon we're going to get started. We're going to have two segments. During first segment of this program, we're going to give you some news updates, and also we're going to tell you how you can download our app for Android or Apple platforms and start watching this interview on YouTube or Google Plus, and also how you can reach us on our social media so that you can keep up with the latest buzz. And during second half of the hour, we're going to go into the geek world and tell you how you can set up an internet radio and television at your home with minimal cost. Yes, that is during the second half of the hour. But now let's talk about NIKAM Media Talk Show. I am Dr. NIKAM. If you would like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-745-4161. I want to talk to you about NNN Media app, which we have created. You can download this app from Android development site, or you can download the app from App Store. Let me show you on iPad how you will be able to download the app from the App Store. And here I have an iPad, and it will work the same way with your iPhone or any smartphone for that matter. What you need to do is locate your App Store and go and click here, and it is already showing up here on this one. And what you need to do is type NNN Media in the search box and click, and when you click that, you're going to see this NN Media app or NIKAM Network app. And this is the NIKAM Network app. You download this app, and when you download this app, you will be able to reach us through this app and listen to us on the radio. And you can also watch the live YouTube video streaming and also Google video streaming, which is actually happening right now. If you are able to listen to us, and this is what you do, you click on this app here, and you're going to see right at the top, we have NIKAM Network Media. And underneath that is a radio station button, which you press to play. I don't want to press because you're going to be listening to my voice reverberating through that. And the next item is a call-in number. The call-in number is 281-745-4161. And underneath that, we have a link to our YouTube, where the actual interview is live video streaming at this moment. Let me click on this, but if I click on that, it's going to bring in the audio and video. So I will just tell you, if you click on YouTube link, you will be able to go to our YouTube blog page and watch the interview or the radio talk show live. Similarly, underneath that, we have a Google Plus link, which will take you to Google Plus page of our network, and there you can watch the interview live. And we also put a link to the Facebook page where you can look at the latest news and the previously recorded interviews on our radio program and the latest buzz that is happening in and around the city and in and around the whole world. We bring you all this information to your fingertips on any of your smart devices. It could be an Android phone, it could be an Android tablet, it could be an Apple or iPhone, or it could be an iPad. The best way to use this app would be to use in a Wi-Fi situation connection, so that the audio stream will be very smooth and easy to follow. Similarly, you can also send us an email, which is there's a link provided here at the bottom where you can send us an email and let us know how you like it and what improvements we can do to bring you the latest information and various things that we would like to promote through our NIKAM network media talk show, and also video streaming through Google and YouTube. So these are all in that app, and all you have to do is, it takes less than a minute to download that NIKAM Media Network or NNN Media app on any smart device for that matter. Be it Android or Apple, you just download it. Then you can click on the audio if you just want to listen to the audio. If you're driving, then you click on the audio radio button and you can listen to the audio section. But if you're sitting at home and if you have a smart pad like an iPad or any other device, then you can listen and also watch the interview live on YouTube and Google by pressing these links. So that is our good news, and we are really excited about this. And the interesting thing is not only that you can watch and what is happening during the interview, but you can also join in the conversation during the interview. The number to call is 281-745-4161. Again, the number to call is 281-745-4161. If you have received a notice on the Facebook, and if you are able to follow us on the internet also through these links, and if you are watching this interview presentation, give us a call. The number to call here is 281-745-4161. In that way, you can join in the conversation with our guests so that you will be part of this recording. And another important thing I would like to tell you is that as this interview is being broadcast to Google Plus and YouTube, it is also being simultaneously stored on our pages on both Google Plus and YouTube, so that you can go back and listen to these, watch these interviews at your leisure time, on demand, when you want it, where you want it, and on what particular device you want it. It will be readily available to you at any time on your demand. So that is the beauty of our all digital radio and television system that we have set together. We are really excited about this program because we can bring to you one of the best guests on our program. In fact, last week we started off kicked off our digital all radio television program with none other than Adrian Garcia, who is running for mayor of city of Houston. And he was here on our program, and we had Ayurvedic specialists who came from India, and they talked about the differences between Ayurvedic medicine and the modern allopathic medicine and how it complements some of the things that we do in the modern medicine today. So we have had more than 200 guests on our radio program, and which is also being now broadcast to the world through YouTube and Google Hangout. And in this way, it doesn't matter whether you are in Houston or in New York City or in New Delhi, India. You can watch this interview live video streamed to the entire world as I am speaking. So that's what I told you. We are really excited about our news media project, and we would like all of you to download this app, which takes less than 1 minute to download this app. The app is called NNN Media, NIKAM Network Media. And once you download it, you will be able to follow all the things that I showed you on the iPad. And another interesting thing is all the previous programs that have been broadcast on our program, on our talk show, are being cataloged not only on YouTube as a visual, audio, visual program, but also on our radio program, on in our SoundCloud. All these programs are cataloged so that our radio program runs 24 hours, 7 days a week, and you can catch up on our previous interviews that we have done so that you don't miss any of the programs that we present from our studio, because you can always catch up this while you're driving on our radio program through our apps, or if you're sitting at home and using a smart pad like iPad or Surface or whatever you have, you can just click on our app, go to YouTube, and watch the entire interview in full video, HD video. So that is the beauty of NIKAM Network program, and it is very simple. And during second half of the hour, we're going to talk about the geek part of how we put this entire digital internet-based radio and television studio in the house with basic computers and network system. And that is going to be most exciting for geeks like me. And if you are a geek and you want to know more about this program, you stay tuned, and we're going to show you that. We're going to take a little break, and we're going to come and talk about some of the other things that the NIKAM Network Media does besides these weekly talk shows, which are broadcast live on every Wednesday between 6 and 7 p.m. And if you're sitting at home, you can just listen to the radio while you're working in the kitchen, or if you're just sitting and watching something, you can turn on your iPad and follow the interview. And you can also join in the conversation if you like by dialing our number 281-745-4161. Stay tuned. We're going to take a little break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about some of the other things that we do from the NIKAM Media Network.
Page and like it. Here we bring you news, information, calendar of events, and interesting stories from around the world, around the clock. So please visit All India Radio Houston page on Facebook and like it. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NIKAM Network Talk Show, which is being live video streamed to YouTube and Google+. I am Dr. NIKAM, and we were talking about our revolutionary internet-based radio and television program that is coming to your smart devices and computers and laptops when you want it, where you want it, and how you want it delivered. So right now, we are coming to you. This program is happening live from our studio at this moment, and you're listening to us live. So stay tuned. In addition to the radio talk show we have every Wednesday between 6 and 7 p.m., we provide a lot of community service. And in fact, we go to various associations and videotape their cultural programs and facilitate their disbursement in the community through our YouTube blog, which is NIKAM Network Media page. And we have done video recording for Kavi Sammelan for International Hindi Association. We have recorded the Leadership Forum for India Culture Center. And you can go and watch all of these videos on YouTube or our Google pages. And all these links are on our app. So the best thing is to download our app, which is NNN Media, on both Android and Apple platforms. And you can watch all these things that I am talking about on any particular device of your choice at any time you want it and any topic that you want to focus upon. So that is the flexibility that we are bringing to you. You don't have to go and do a Google search to find out what we talked about last week. You just go to YouTube and you will be able to find out our interview, which was not only live video stream, but also recorded and stored there permanently as the experience or the days of our lives. That's what I call it. And in addition to having all this talk show, we are also planning to invite interesting guests on our program in the forthcoming weeks. In fact, we are going to have a senior comedy hour. How would you like that one? We're going to invite the senior citizens from our community and have them share their personal stories and personal humor so that we all can laugh together and perhaps enjoy the evening. And that will be a great way to spend your evening with a nice cup of tea along with some samosa or pakoda. Think about it. You're sitting there and you're watching a live television show coming to you from NIKAM Media Network through your laptop, your iPad, or your computer, or whatever web-based instrument you would like to use. In fact, in my house, I have my computer connected to my 60-inch television. And in fact, I can bring up YouTube and literally watch this entire interview on a full-screen television. So if you have a television with web connectivity, then you will be able to watch this interview and talk shows that are happening live and also previously recorded ones on YouTube on your full-size home studio televisions. Yes, indeed, you will be able to watch these things. And if you would like to be a guest on our program, that is the NIKAM Network Talk Show, give us a call. Our number is 281-745-4161. And we would like to hear from you. We would like you also to join in the conversation and give us your input, your opinions, and your discussions so that we can make this as a live, vibrant discussion or a debate on any topic. If you are an expert on a particular topic and you would like to share your expertise, we would like to get you on our program. In fact, just before the program, I was looking at the Facebook, and there was an interesting quote by one of the lawyers who said the legal implications of social media. In fact, we invited them to come on our program and talk about what are the legal implications of using social media, because whatever you put on the social media, whatever you express on the social media can and may be used against you. Did you know that? And that's why we invited the lawyers to come and talk and educate us on these various topics. As I said, we had more than 200 interviews on this program in the past 2 years, and we will continue to bring very interesting and fascinating guests and topics. And in addition to that, we also plan to bring in more live action. I talked about comedy, which we would like to bring a comedy hour each month to our program. And we also want to bring in the music, live music from our studio, so that you not only can hear the music, but you can actually see the artists performing these small musical clips along with dialogues and discussions. So we have a lot of interesting things in our planning stage. We would like your input so that we can make this as the premier site for you to spend your evening with a cup of chai and some samosas or pakodas and sit and watch your own friends and colleagues come and share their expertise, their talents, their musical skills, or any other things that are of entertainment to you and everyone else. So the best thing to do is to first download our app, which is NNN Media app. You can download it from the Google development site, Android development site, or from App Store. It works on both platforms, and it works on practically every device that is internet-based. And if your device has an internet connection or a Wi-Fi connection, especially if you're sitting at home, then you will be able to listen to this radio talk show. You'll be able to watch this being live video streamed to YouTube and Google. And more importantly, you can also join in the conversation and share your views and opinions along with the main guests and be part of this NIKAM Network media talk show and all these other things. As I said, we also try to bring you some new age music to you so that you will be able to relax while you're listening to that. Well, so much for the NIKAM Media app, which we are really excited about, and we are really looking forward to your opinions and views as if you have been able to download this app and actually watch this interview. Let us know how you like it and how we can make this better and what kind of programs you would like to see. Okay, let's take a little break, and we're going to cover some of the latest hot topics in the news during the next 6 or 8 minutes we have. Then we're going to take a 2-3 minute break, and I'm going to play a digital music that I have created. And after that, we are going to go into the geek world, and I will show you how this whole studio was put together. What I'm talking about is internet, radio, and television home studio, how we put it together. And this will be an interesting and fascinating topic for electronic geeks just like me. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back after this message.
Ladies and gentlemen, please visit All India Radio Facebook page and like it. Here we bring you news, information, calendar of events, and interesting stories from around the world, around the clock. So please visit All India Radio Houston page on Facebook and like it. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I am Dr. NIKAM. You're listening to NIKAM Network or Triple N Talk Show, which is being live video streamed to Google Plus and also YouTube. You can also watch this presentation after the interview, after this presentation is over, because they are going to be permanently stored on YouTube and Google Hangout under our blog, NIKAM or NIKAM Network. I think the biggest story this weekend was, of course, the NABC 2015 convention that was held at the George R. Brown Convention Center. There must have been 3,000 to 4,000 people. In fact, I invited my colleagues who were on our program before the convention to come and talk about what was their experience, what were their expectations, but they are busy. They were not able to join us. But nonetheless, I'm just going to share a couple of my observations about the convention. I think the convention was superbly executed, and the food was delicious. There were plenty of exhibits, and the exhibits were free for the public. And most interestingly, they had fantastic cultural programs and, of course, musical concerts by Amjad Ali Khan, and, of course, the sensational Shreya Ghoshal musical show, which was like the pinnacle or the finale of the NABC 2015 convention, and I think it was fantastic. They had done a great deal of work for 2 years from what they were telling, and it really paid off because they truly got the program up and had a wonderful time, and I had a wonderful time, and it was great to meet my friends and colleagues, have wonderful food, and enjoy, of course, beautiful cultural programs at the main assembly hall. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the Iran nuclear deal. I don't know if any one of you understand what are the main points of the Iran nuclear deal. Maybe you can call us or put your comments later on if you watch this video. First of all, I don't know who benefits from this Iran nuclear deal. Does the United States benefit? Does Iran benefit? And you have already received, strong words from Israel and also from Saudi Arabia. The Congress is already trying to say that they're going to look at this bill. They got 60 days. They're not sure they are going to, pass this bill. But Obama is saying that, well, anything that they pass, he has the power to veto. And we don't know if the Congress has 2/3 majority to overthrow the veto. So there are a lot of moving parts in this equation. But nonetheless, it is very hard for anyone to conceive what the benefits of this are from United States point of view. But one thing that I did hear is that Iran has $3 billion worth of oil waiting, ready to be shipped. So once the sanctions are lifted, they will be able to sell this oil to countries like China, India, and other parts of the world, and they will be able to cash in. And it also gives them an access to the international community, which they didn't have for the last 2 to 3 decades. So I think Iran is a winner in this respect. But by listening to various sources, it is hard to conceive how this is going to benefit anybody else. If anybody else knows how to interpret this, maybe you can leave your comments or call us here at 281-745-4161. Okay, one more important point is the images from Pluto, which is supposed to be 3 billion miles away. I may be wrong on the number, but those images are really impressive. It is just showing how far man has come in the exploration of the frontiers of this universe. And it will be interesting to see what other pictures that we will be able to get from this space station. The most interesting thing, of course, is the presidential race. And of course, the person who has topped the number of citations on Google and in social media is, of course, Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, in fact, is supposed to be leading in a couple of polls compared to all the 15 other Republicans who are running for the President of the United States of America position. We will see. There was one statistics which showed that all these candidates collectively have already collected $350 million with an M. They have already collected $350 million in donations for the election campaign, and this may top $1 billion before the election is over. Can you imagine how many poor people you could have fed with this $1 billion? How many children you could have educated with this $1 billion? Can you imagine how many children who could have been insured with this $1 billion? But I don't think it matters to politics, because that's what is going to cost the taxpayers approximately $1 billion before this election is over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this segment of this program, and we're going to take a little break. You can listen to that some beautiful music we have created for NIKAM Network. And when we come back, we are going to go into the geek world of internet, radio, and television. Stay tuned. The YouTube is going to go off air, and we're going to start a new program in a couple of minutes.